A couple of days ago, I released a video where I referred to the President of the United States, Joe Biden, as, well, chicken shit. I shouldn't have lost my temper and I should have watched my language. The reason I did that is after the completely botched and failed withdrawal from Afghanistan, he came out and made a statement, pointed fingers, and then just walked away from the podium, didn't answer any questions. Well, after having done this now a second time, I am forced to make an apology to the chickens. Referring to President Joe Biden as a chicken shit does a disservice to the chickens. Chickens actually have a use on the planet. And on a homestead, they are a great blessing. And they are territorial. They will attack. They will chase you down. And they can be very aggressive. No such thing exists in Joe Biden. He's a complete and total coward. And chickens just don't deserve that comparison. Anyone who's ever been to a farming environment or a homestead knows this. They will chase anyone or anything that they perceive to be in their area. And they don't have claws and they don't have teeth, but they do have a beak and they have talons. See, unlike Joe Biden, who has nothing, completely devoid of any sense of self or leadership. Now, to be more accurate, I did call the President of the United States chicken shit. Even chicken shit has a use. It's a wonderful fertilizer. And you can use it to grow vegetables and create a bounty. Whereas the current President of the United States, Joe Biden, is totally useless. He serves no good purpose. He might as well just be a rock. And even a rock can serve a use. But I apologize profusely to the chickens because chickens are a wonderful blessing. They can be a bit of a handful to deal with, but they provide all sorts of wonderful things, the fertilizer, the eggs, meat, and even in certain cases, milk. I remember friends of mine telling stories about having to get up before dawn, before school, and go milk the chickens. But you have to be very careful. You have to get only milk from vegetarian-fed chickens. It's a bit expensive, but and rare to find, exceedingly rare these days. So keep your eyes open. But speaking of chickens, I would like to share this image of these random newscasters, for lack of a better term, from Fox News. You see, only 8% statistically of adult Americans are blonde. Yet this virtually covers almost every major personality at Fox News. Now, some are asking, why are you going after Fox News? We just went from one subject and now we're on another. Well, it's about the whole concept of being chicken shit. See, this is the CEO, Suzanne Scott. And she just got a contract extension in February, I believe. This Lachlan Murdoch says there will be no shift from the outlets from center-right focus. Now, why is this important? Well, it's important because of this. Fox News now mandates staffers to disclose vaccine status or wear masks. You see, it's not an or here. They have to disclose it regardless of whether they wear masks or not. And that's down here in the story. See all these people talking about how they're totally against the mandates and totally against being forced to do anything and about being for privacy, well, guess what? Quote, all employees must enter their status no later than August 17 by close of business. And it doesn't matter whether they work in the building or not. It doesn't matter whether they work in the building or not. Even if they work remotely, they have to disclose whether they are vaccinated or not. See, these are fake chicken shit conservatives. This is the boss of Suzanne Scott, Lachlan Murdoch, who just dropped 0.8 million on basically an Australian boat shed. Half-acre property. 2 boat docks, 4 moorings. This is Lachlan Murdoch and his wife. They used to own the Beverly Hillbillies mansion, $150 million in California. You see, this is the thing here. There are California liberals and New York liberals posing as conservatives, pretending they have conservative values. Everybody's all excited about Hannity and the former president on Hannity. It's all a game. For them, it's all a game. Now, in contrast, how many of you know that Governor DeSantis wrote a book? How many of you know that he used to be a history teacher? All this consternation about the whole idea of masks on kids in school. See, our legislature passed a law that doesn't take the power away from school boards and give it to the governor. It takes the power away from school boards and gives it to the parents. I'm going to say that again because it bears repeating. The Parents' Bill of Rights, passed by the Florida legislature, takes power away from local school boards to mandate or ban, either way, masks, takes that power away from them and gives it to the parents to make that decision. It's literally legislation that takes power away from government. Here's the governor's book, Dreams from Our Founding Fathers, First Principles in the Age of Obama. I'll let you guys look that up. He wrote this a while back. But in reality, CNN, MSNBC, and the rest of the legacy mainstream media better thank their lucky stars they aren't having to deal with his wife, because she has spent a long time in front of cameras and she knows what the liberal media is like. She actually used to work very closely with them. She was a newscaster in Jacksonville, and she's even done stories with CNN and for CNN. Casey DeSantis, originally from Troy, Ohio, Bachelor of Science in Economics, minored in French. Used to work for the PGA, or the Golf Channel, local newscaster for WJXT. Had her own daily local talk show. And she's also the chairperson, of the Florida Children and Youth Cabinet. See, we have a cabinet designed to look specifically into the concerns relating kids. Across the board, masks is just one of those things. And she can articulate her beliefs and our goals, the people of the state of Florida, very well. We have a wonderful Lieutenant Governor, Jeanette Nunez, but Casey DeSantis, the wife of our governor, could step into any governmental role at all in our state and do just fine. And I want to put the cherry on the sundae, so to speak, here about actual conservatives versus fake ones. You see this picture? This used to be the governor's house before he became governor. He actually, full disclosure, lived right here in Palm Coast, where I'm talking to you from. This is just right up the road. This little subdivided neighborhood with a little lake, kind of right by the ocean. He lived in one of these houses. Just so everyone knows, these houses are roughly appraised at around the low threes. I believe his, when he sold it and went to the governor's mansion, was about 320. The one that I'm speaking to you from appraises at about 250, which for Florida is nothing special. A normal guy living a normal life. He was a baseball player, born in Jacksonville, brought up over near Tampa. Very blessed. Went to Yale and Harvard. Served in the Navy as a JAG officer. Spent 1 year as a teacher teaching history. Served his country. Was a representative in Washington, D.C. Did everything he could to stand against the Obama agenda. In fact, that's the basis of the book. This is actual conservative values on display right here. Both educated, both articulate, both have a core of conservatism within them. It's not just a political posture. They both truly believe and understand the concepts of conservatism, and that's why the media cannot defeat them. They will never defeat them. That's why all they can do is make up lies, and as soon as they do it, the governor comes out and knocks them over the right field wall. With facts every single time. It doesn't matter what your opinion of masks are, or my opinion of masks are, when it comes to kids in school. The only opinion that matters is the parents of those kids, full stop. CNN's opinions of masks in school doesn't matter. Fauci, Biden, their opinions are just that. Opinions. The only decision that matters is the one made by the parents of the children. And that's what our governor is fighting for. The rights of parents, the rights of individuals to make decisions for themselves. Some may be for the vaccine, some may be against it. In the state of Florida, it'll be up to you, always. No mandates from government. Local businesses can do whatever they want to. And you can choose or not choose to work at those local businesses or patronize those local businesses. They have that freedom to decide for themselves, just like parents have the rights to decide for their kids. You see, that's freedom. That's the principles of freedom. And that's what our founding fathers had envisioned. Dreams from our founding fathers, First Principles in the Age of Obama, Ron DeSantis. An excellent read. An absolutely fantastic read. And this will give you a window and an insight into our governor in Florida and why we are very different. I just want to zoom out here to give people an idea. Here's Palm Coast. This is generally speaking where I live over here to the left. This is St. Augustine right here. And also, I wanted to share something since we have it up here. This is where the governor used to live, right here to the left. My favorite beach in the whole world, there's a little place called Marineland, right here where you can go see dolphins and stuff. Just south of there on A1A is a place called River to Sea Preserve. As you can see, there's a little parking lot right here. There's a little building that's got bathrooms and showers. This stretch of beach right here is my favorite. Absolutely fantastic. This is part of a preserve of a state park right here. So you have a huge section of open, flat, beautiful beach that almost nobody knows about. It's It's away from the crowds. If you ever get down this way, stop there. You won't regret it. It's far enough north of Daytona and south of St. Augustine to just kind of get a little bit forgotten about. So I will leave it there, but apologies to the chickens. You did not deserve that unfair comparison. God bless. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys tonight on Twitch.